And welcome to GRAN TURISMO Sports Lago Maggiore race centre in the midfield. Yeah, there's my time. You know how it works. So basically, this is the start of the season for the GRAN TURISMO Nations and Manufacturers Cup. I can't remember how long it lasts, but I believe this is the 10 o'clock race, and it's a 1 hour endurance race in the karts. And I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the karts. They seem they're very open, so like they tend to either understeer or oversteer. It's very hard to get that right, which I'm not a big fan of. I prefer more stable karts, but we're here for an hour. And as you can see, I've just done 40-mile warm-up. Not much, but this track is only small, so that's probably a couple laps. I'm in CC somehow because a lot of bad races, so I expect a lot of dirty driving. Oh wow, I'm actually quicker than I thought. Yeah, expect like a lot of dirty driving, a lot of knocks, bumps, crashes. You know, you get a 1.5 second penalty for knocking into the wall, so hopefully I don't do that, and hopefully everyone else drives clean as well. Yeah, so in the garage now, coming on, we've got the warm-up, which is 2 minutes, and the 5-minute qualifier, which is probably about 5 laps around here. So we've got 3 laps to really make an impression, but there are 20 drivers, so it will get quite loud. It will get quite cluttered out on the small track. As for setup, I am using a Logitech G29 with the shifter and clutch, but the clutch and the shifter are disabled in sport mode, so I'm just using the floppy paddles. I wish I could use the shifter because it's a lot more. It's not a lot. Oh, straight away there. It's getting brake checked by Sheriff Berry. We're going to be here a while, so better get used to that sound. You don't really need to brake for here, just trying to get some air trying to get some heat into these tyres. They are comfort softs, we're already damaged, but as Sheriff loses it there. See what I mean? Snap of oversteer on the rear then. And we are using 0 TCS, I'll probably turn that up to 1 or 2 in the race, just for ease of mind, you know. It's a lot harder to spin out, and it's an hour race. I don't want to get into the last minute and end up having to fight for positions just because I made one little mistake or pushed a bit too hard, you know. I'm not the quickest round here, but I am probably not the slowest either. I think my time in practice, my fastest time was a 1:54, which isn't bad, but the fastest time in the actual lobbies on the leaderboards is a 1:48. So it just shows you can get faster, but with karts, the gains are very minimal. So any little tenth or any couple of tenths you can skim off the edge of the track is worth it in karts, because they're also usually packed together on the grid. Yeah, here we go. Three cutscenes. Right, we want to get out on track as fast as we can. And we've got the pit glitch. How nice. There we go. So we just lost ourselves a good 20 seconds there, which hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, won't be too bad. But like, it can be the difference between getting over the line and not getting over the line. So we're going to be running 0 traction control for the qualifier. I'm going to let these guys get ahead a bit. I've got some nice open track behind me, so I'm going to give them the time. They'll have slipstream, but they'll also having to be fighting for positions and with each other, etc. So I'm going to hang back this 7th, although the 17th guy doesn't seem to be too quick. So anyway, here we go. Onto the main straight. Overtakes Sheriff yet again with another penalty. Hopefully he's not going to crash into me. No, we're good. That's a glitch, by the way, if you press diagonals on the D-pad. Coming up to this, I don't know if you call this turn 1, but here we go. Late brakes on top of the hill, take a lot of curb, get the power down nice as you come out the apex. Just skim the edge of that apex there, or the tiled, whatever it's called, tiled matting. Coming right into this turns. Now in a road car, the first one's flat out, this one's flat out, all here it's flat out. 6th gear now. Okay, coming up to the top of the hill, you want to brake mid to the hill. Doesn't really matter about taking too much curb there, but here we go. These ones you need to be careful on because it's very easy to spin. You don't really want to go wide like them guys have, you lose time, but I hit the curb there, that's going to cost us a lot of time. We're going back onto the start finish straight, and we are so far 5th, which is surprisingly good considering I thought I was a lot slower than that. But we're going to have to do the same again a few more times, see if we can improve on that. These guys battling it out in front in qualifying, bit of stupid move, but I'm going to having to try and hang back from that. I'm going to use this guy's slipstream as he gets a penalty, and he's right beside me, so I'm going to have to leave him some room. Hopefully he does the same for me. We go neck and neck now. No, he doesn't. We get hit, and I am off into the barrier. Trying to avoid people spinning out. You see what I mean? These cars. See what I mean by when I said we'd have a lot of contact? It's not nice, and that's my SR gone again. As I go flying into the barriers, literally. And I'm getting pushed down the order all over again. Right, okay, we've got a minute 50, so that's, fingers crossed, that should be 2 more laps to improve. Once I get going, it's not too bad, it's just getting it going, picking up the power where you leave it, you know. Once you actually get going, it's not too bad, but that first qualifying lap wasn't very good, so as you can see, I'm being very, very careful on the power there. I don't really want to spin it out and lose out on the one last lap that I have. So you're going to come in under pressure from this guy here. I'm going to let him pass. Let him come past. Bit of oversteer. It's a lot different on a wheel compared to controller. I've noticed controllers might just be a tad faster on karts, just because on wheels you feel every little bump, and every little bump turns into a big bump, and it can become very, very difficult to sort of mitigate that. But anyway, here we go. Already making excuses. I'm going to shut up a bit for this. He gets out the way, thank you very much. I don't know if he meant to do that, but oh well. Coming in, taking a bit of curb, watching for this sausage curb here. They are ruthless, they will send you flying. As we get to the top of the hill, brake a bit early, and we should get snap of understeer as we straighten up. Coming into this corner, get caught up behind this guy, not to worry though. I'm coming into this one. Should have probably done that flat out, but this is going to be a slow time, so maybe a slight improvement. Yeah, nothing. P10. Yeah, there's just a lot of mistakes, a lot of little not using the track as much as I should. The first 2 sectors I was alright, and then the other 2 I didn't really. Then the last one, sorry, I wasn't very fast, you know, coming at the top of the top of the big hill at the going around that corner, then going into the chicane at the start. Wasn't really feeling it, but that's probably where I lost the most time. If I had more time to practice I would, but this is the last race of the day, so we didn't have a choice, unfortunately. Qualifying time start was a 1:49.7 to beat. That's a pretty quick time. It's only about less than a second off the top time in the world. So in karting, little differences in every little tenth does matter, as you can see. I'm 2 tenths behind, and that's cost me a place. The guy behind me was a 10th. But yeah, it does matter. If you can get gains, then you need to get them gains. But yeah, that guy spinning me off on the side did not help at all. I probably could have achieved a bit better results, maybe a bit more practice, you know, or not even practice, just a bit more time to get it right is what we needed then. But unfortunately, that French guy, I can't even remember who it was. I think it was Tom. I can't even remember who it was, but whoever it was, spam me out. Not happening. As you can see, first place giving us a mention there, saying good luck. Nice of him, but okay, here we go for the first cutscene of the season. There's a safety car for the carts, which is or shitty foot. The one make auto during Lago Maggiore, 25 laps. I haven't really thought of strategy. I know I'm going to need to box a bit more and change tyres and stuff, but I really have no clue what I'm going to do. Tyre wear is high, so tyre wear is set to I think 10 times, so I should have been practicing on that a bit more. But I think the soft tyre is definitely the way forward. It is on sports, so you don't get the grip of the racing tyres, but everyone's on, as long as everyone's on the same playing field, it doesn't matter. I reckon probably once every 6 or 7 laps we're going to have to box. That's my prediction. Depends how well we can conserve tyres, not spin them out, which is quite a difficult thing to do in karting, as you've got such a massive power to rate ratio. There's me. Give the wheel a turn. Straighten up. We are in quite a bad starting position. We have we're going to turn that one for now, just to be sure. Unless we can make it right around this corner, we probably have the worst starting position there is, just because we have to, these guys are all going to accelerate away whilst I'm still cornering, but it looks like we're going to be alright, and I'm completely messed that up. But I'm going to get done by this guy, hopefully not. I'm going to use our minimum traction control to the max, just to try and outshift him, if that makes any sense. Here we go, and we have a view. Hello. Coming around turn 1, then run it very wide, but it shouldn't matter. Get contact by Tom World, that's going to give us a penalty probably. Here we go into the flat out sector. I don't know, you got to be careful in the slipstream because you lose a lot of downforce, meaning that things like that happen when you least expect it. You've also got to be careful coming around here. Like, well, that will happen. As you can see, I had to wrestle with the car then to try and get it not to snap on oversteer, which isn't going to be good for our tyres, but we managed to save it in the end, and we've not done too bad a job. We've only lost 2 places, and we have 25 laps to go, so fingers crossed. Not every lap's going to be like that, but you know, furnace lap carnage. The guy in front of us happens to have a penalty as well. As Sheriff loses it, he does have bad connection, so he's probably going to appear next to us, but yep, there we go, and I'm getting ping-ponged. I'm going to try and go to the right of this guy, give him some space. That's going to open the door to our right. This guy, I'm not Tom World, wasn't paying attention to my radar then. There's a guy on my left. Someone managing to send it round that corner in a big puff of smoke. It's not too bad. I'm gonna come round, hit that white curb, take the apex yet again, try and just grip the apex of that. Coming into this corner, big snap of oversteer on the rear. I'm gonna use half throttle to get around there. Some guy sends it into the wall and me nearly copying him. Got Silverthorn coming for us, gonna probably make a move. I'm gonna try and defend the outside. He comes out of the slipstream, is it gonna be enough? No, he switched it to the outside by the looks of it. Yep, and he's lost out massively. That wasn't the best move for him, was it? Now coming into the very, very fast, just missing the white apex there. I need to have the confidence to get the car in there. This one you don't really need to clip because it comes off the racing line, and if it goes off the racing line you don't really want to do it. But yeah, running wide onto the grass, getting hit by that guy who's just trying to gain control. I'm not too fussed about that, but yeah, the leaders are already 11 seconds ahead and I'm only in P6, so Sheriff Berry, no idea how we got there, but okay, we're behind him now. But I was thinking, I'm not too confident going wheel to wheel with this guy. This is the advantages of knowing who you're racing, because you can tell who's good at wheel to wheel, who do you want to try and just pass and avoid, who won't want a proper scrap and send it like that. And I get a penalty for it for doing nothing. He's going to lose it. Well, nothing of that will matter because I've got a penalty and I'm going to probably end up fighting against Silverstone again, which is no good. As he sends it into the wall, did he manage to take control? Yes, he did. Going to try and keep with this pack here, try not to fall too far behind, but it's going to be a challenge because, oh no we're not, I was going to say we're going to start feeling the pressure from behind, but they're quite far back. We're going to brake hard, get on the power early there. That's the new thing I've just been thinking of. I think our pack is sort of going to have to, as much as I hate it, we're going to have to work together to try and catch Reggie, Italian, whatever. We're going to have to try and catch him in 4th. gonna use. Okay, he sends it very wide, and I nearly just drifted it round then. It's not very good. It's a lap 7, yeah, the laps aren't very long on this. It doesn't really feel like it's lap 7, but... Here we go, no one managing to lose it through there, everyone. Taking the safe line through there. Still managing to screw it up somehow. Anyway, them two are going to try and make a break for it. Me and R4M Silverthorn here are going to... He's probably going to try and defend. He tried defending, he tried attacking me last time on the inside, didn't really feel it, so he's probably going to go to the outside again. Yes, he is. Sheriff Berry getting pretty dirty there, trying to turn into them, watching that through the front row view of the go-kart, not realising where I'm going. There's me being a bit of dope, leave him some room. He's going to be a bit slower though. See, I like this, it's a pretty balanced section that, because whoa! Just gets sent off track by Tom World there. Maybe he'll get a penalty for it. Fingers crossed he does, because that was completely illegal. But yeah, we're all at about a tenth of each other. 2/10. Tom World goes for a very brave move, but it seemed to have paid off for him. Give him that. Tyres aren't actually that bad. I thought they would have been, they definitely would have been worse. You know, the big 10 times on the display doesn't really make it, give you all the confidence to go all the way, but I'm not feeling it that badly. However, that will probably change during the race. It is only lap 9, coming on to lap 10. Having to wrestle with the car again. Silverthorn's dropped back. Tom World trying to get into the slipstream here. He knows I'm trying to do the same, so we end up with the big slipstream snake, Super GT calls it. Gonna go for a little battle with Tom, but I'm gonna have to back off because I don't think he saw me. It would have been worse to keep it in there, but we are catching 4th place here. This could be good for us. As I go and set the fastest sector. So yeah, it is, we definitely know where I'm going slower here. You see, that one was a bit of a let go, because we did have to fight for the space there, but it definitely put us off fastest lap. Yeah, fastest lap's 46, so they're about a second faster than us. We're still going to try and fight for the positions though. As you can see, I'm having to like brake in stages, so I'm having to brake, come off, brake, come off, brake, come off, just because I don't know where this Tom guy's going to go, but he's clearly going to make the move on Sheriff. Is Sheriff going to defend it, or is he just going to tuck in for the fast sector? This track's quite balanced, it has quite an even number of lefts and rights, so it's all about which line you can make work, as I took a 1.5 second penalty, which was not good. Yeah, let's try and not go into the pits. I don't know what I was doing there, I just got the confidence to put my foot down around that corner, which I knew I shouldn't have been doing, but I was paying attention to what Tom World was doing up there. Anyway, going to decelerate now, probably going to have to be fighting for P9 now, which is not good. I will catch them though, don't worry. Yes. Can you believe I used to be in V rank, or A rank, whichever one of the two, but yeah, that's how it should be done. As we see Sheriff coming off there. R4M's not the fastest in the world, but I'm not going to underestimate him. P9's actually doing his best to catch up. He's doing his bit. But I think we're all slowing down because we're fighting, so we've got to watch out for that. As the French guy decides he wants to zoom off, because why wouldn't he? Little tip, by the way, once you realise braking isn't a linear force, so like it isn't brake hard and you will fall at exactly 20 miles per second or something like that. Braking changes based on speed, and it sounds stupid when you say it like that, but really one should know that, as we're going to come into a bit of pressure there from I don't remember which one that was, but I think that was R4M. No, it was the other guy, Sheriff. And Seacock's gonna clock a penalty, or Seacock's Italian. He's gonna clock a penalty. I'm gonna try. Okay, he's gonna actually defend the inside this time. Is he gonna make the switch like he always does? I'm not too worried about him. He's gonna drop back in a second. Yeah, he's losing a lot of time in the first corner there, so that's where I can gain on him. Where I lose in the last chicane there, I make up for in the first corner, because oh no, I was just spoke too early, but I don't like this corner. It's not very nice to drive. It's not supposed to be taken that way. It's supposed to be the other way, and then the bit that you'll see on our right as we come up to it now, that would usually be where I would go, because that's the normal track. But I'm not a big fan of Lago Maggiore anyway. I don't think it's a very nice track. I was very middle of the road there, trying to cover anyone off, you know, keep them under pressure. As P5 falls back a bit with a penalty for wall collision. Here we go now into the fast test, so I'm going to block off any move onto the left. I'm going to come out wide, try and run off this apex, making sure, give this guy just enough room to breathe as he makes contact with me. And he overshoots the corner. And I get hit from behind by Seco. And that sends me flying off. Really, man? Really? I was doing so well as well. Oh, come on. But yeah, consistency is key, and these two are not consistent whatsoever. You know, my times have been very fluctuous, but I just tried to get rammed into the pit lane there, and that's just out of order. You know, if you're watching mods, you know who done it. R4M Silver 4. Yep, here we go. Into the hell chicane. Can't call it the chicane of death, because that's the one on Dragon Trail, which I actually kind of like as a corner. There's a lot of different ways you can take it. It's very fluent and dynamic. If you know the one I'm on about, you'll know what I mean. But the chicane of death, so however, gonna run wide there. Not very good. That was useless from me. Not helping at all to make up the seconds, but without a slipstream that is going to be fairly impossible anyway. We're going to give it a good go, but using all the apex there, and we lose it somehow coming out of the chicane. I told you I hated it, and the grass is incredibly bumpy. What was up with that? Anyway, we're gonna get overtaken. Yeah, hopefully not again, but that was shocking by me, if I'm honest with you. I don't know what happened there, but the grass coming out is incredibly bumpy. I did not expect that. I expected to just drive over it. I expected some sort of resistance, but definitely not. Yeah, we're gonna have to be fighting for the top 10 now instead of fighting for the top 5. But so it is. That's how these things go as they get nudged from the back there. We're getting lapped. I'm going to respect the racing rules unlike this guy and not overtake a lapped car because that is stupid. Yeah, coming on to the final 5 laps after this. Final 6 laps I should say now, but got to get off the brakes, get on the power early. They say in racing you should or either be fully on the brake or fully on the throttle. That's what they say, but I don't really agree with that in karting, just because in karting somewhat on the brakes is usually better than full on the brakes, because in full on the brakes, if you're full on the brakes you usually you have a tendency to lock up. I'm taking a very, very shallow line through there, I know. But yeah, you can sort of lock the rear wheels up, they're giving you power, and then if you're fully on the brake as well, any sort of input from the steering wheel will multiply massively and you'll end up spinning out. Changing some settings on the MFD there. I take a big chunk of curb. Hopefully I don't get a penalty for that, but I'm definitely getting a time penalty. You cannot steer on the grass. That is one thing I have learned as well. And of course my tyres are going to be covered in all sorts, so I've got to get a few corners just to get that off. But steering on the grass is horrendous. I am not feeling it this race, man. I'm not feeling it. The first half I was doing alright. Second half not too good. As you can tell, I'm sort of losing it a bit. I'm angry about that Silverthorn guy. That's angered me a bit because that shouldn't have happened, and I hope he got a penalty. I mean, I'm just trying to accept that that's racing. What? I just lost all steering power in my wheel. I just lost all steering ability. My wheel. I don't know what happened there. I was steering in and suddenly it all went like I was riding on grass again, and I wasn't even putting any input into the steering or anything, and it spun me out. But again, just as I was saying, I guess that's racing, innit? You know, you win some, you lose some. This one's clearly a losing, but we do have the next race that I have not even looked at yet. For the Manufacturers Cup, I've signed with Audi this time again, just because solid Group 3 car is. Group 3 car is very consistent. It's fun to drive. It's not too bad. Like the worst Group 3 car I've driven, well, it is the fastest, definitely isn't the best, is the Lambo. There we go. Actually getting some racing. But the best car I've driven, well, the worst car I've driven for Group 3 was the Lamborghini Aventador. It was actually for this week's weekly races, which is Group 3 race around Mount Fuji, 4 laps. But I picked it just because I've never actually tried the Aventador. I've always wanted an excuse to Aventador Hurricane. I've always wanted an excuse to try the Hurricane, but never actually got a chance to, just because I'd always been a big RS01 fan. Yeah, hearing the roar of the speed of this guy, we're going wheel to wheel with him. I'm going to leave him to his thing, but I also have to make up positions, so I'm taking a lot of curb there. Can I hold it? Yes I can, but not for long as we go around hell chicane. Okay, that one wasn't too bad, but we got to race with Johnny Hubert. Maybe related to Antoine. R.I.P. Antoine, but possibly. I know Johnny Herbert was a racer, and it's French, so it's Hubert, but here we go. Final lap. She's giving everything, and everything has let us down. I'm going to try and steal this position back. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Unless, yes we did. Going to qualify not qualify, going to finish P13. Which is a rubbish result. But one that wasn't really caused by me. That Tombo guy who finished in third should not be there. But yeah, I'm not trying to be bitter. Just spot water everywhere. I'm not trying to be bitter about it, but you know, there's expectations when you go into a race like that. Yeah, so just cooling off there for a second. Looking at the chart, nothing was said, so I'm gonna exit. We've still got 40 minutes left until the next race. 15 points there for the Nations Cup. The next one is around Dragon Trail Gardens 2, which is not my best course in the world, but especially Group 4. Not a fan of that corner. If you ever raced, you'll know what I mean. But it's a corner that's like a sort of. If you ever seen the Bahrain circuit, it's like turn 11 and 12 on there. But no, is it? How is it? It's hairpins 1. Then it's got another one, then another one that's right and left. So turns like 5 and 6 or something, I don't know. But if you know which corner I'm on about, Bahrain, the one that looks weird, very difficult to drive down. That's what I've got. That's what that corner's like. But basically, it's really low grip on the inside. No, it's really high grip on the inside, really low grip on the outside. So if you're trying to go around there in a battle and you even just slightly a bit off the line that has the most grip, you spin out massively and there's nothing you can do about it. But because the wall there is you spin out and you slam on the brakes, but then you go onto another bit which is like gravelly tarmac thing, and then yeah, you just lose it there. There's nothing you can do. But yeah, let's have a look at this. So we've got Group 4 around Suzuka, 14 laps. So yeah, how many points do they get for that? 15 points, which is not the best, not the worst. But yeah, manufacturer series, let's see what we can do. It starts in half an hour, no, 40 minutes. So we're gonna pause the live stream here. We'll end it. I'm going to do some practicing, and then I am going to come back and yeah, we'll do the Group 4 race at Suzuka. I actually gained a sportsmanship there, which surprised me, but you know, considering the amount of saltiness in that race. But I guess we'd have 2 laps, maybe 3 of bad racing and 2 laps of good. So, and 23 laps of good. So you know, got to take your wins and your losses. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you did, sure to comment, message me, add me up on PlayStation. My name's 10 Frog. Message me if you want a race, see what you think. Yeah, back in half an hour.